Hello, Gemini. Thank you so much for joining me today on Fortune's Wheel Tarot. This is going to be a reading from May 2023 or whenever this message finds you. I offer this for the highest good to benefit the planet. Release me from any blocks and restrictions. May this serve all who need. Spirit and angel guides, keepers of the divine white light, keepers of the Akashic records, ascended masters. What are the messages for Gemini at this time, please? Messages for Gemini at this time, please. Thank you. Of course, as I said, Gemini, time is fluid, so whenever these messages find you, it's when it's meant for you. Your first card out, the number 13, Major Arcana in the Akashic Tarot, the Buddha Prepares. Beautiful card. The next card out, the Three of Roses, Loving Elementals, also a beautiful card. Your third card out, the Seven of Scrolls, Intricacies and Industry. Three lovely cards for you, Gemini. On the bottom of the deck, the Eight of Scrolls, Paths Unknown. And this card is about taking the road less traveled, shall we say. There are many paths that are available to us, and sometimes taking the road less traveled makes all the difference. If you're familiar with that, I believe it's a Robert Frost poem. I could be wrong. At any rate, the card signifies that there is a path that's known to you that can lead you in the direction that you will know the final result and that will lead you to a certain destination. But sometimes the road less traveled is the path that can bring more opportunities that perhaps would not be on the path that you maybe originally found yourself traversing. I'm going to clarify these Akashic Tarot cards with a few cards from the Everyday Witch Tarot. Thanks for coming to support my channel today, Gemini. I do appreciate each and every view. If you like this reading, please like and subscribe before you leave me today. I appreciate it so much. On the Buddha Prepares, the world. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. On Loving Elementals, the Queen of Wands. On the Seven of Scrolls, Intricacies and Industry, the Eight of Swords. And on the bottom of this deck, the Hierophant. I just want to show the pose that these two are in. Even though this card is on the bottom of the deck, I feel for some of you there is a need to gain clarity toward a decision that you are making, toward a path that you are trying to decide potentially which way that you should go, Gemini. And so meditation is definitely the way to clarity. These are the cards that are on the bottom of the deck. We will begin your reading with the Buddha Prepares, the number 13, Major Arcana in the Akashic Tarot. Beautiful card. You can see the Buddha sitting there. There are other people who are practicing meditation and yoga behind him. This is a number 13, reduces to a 4. There is the potential that there's a teacher around you, maybe someone you're learning from. You could also be this Buddha for someone else right now. You could be sharing your own teachings. The bottom line of this card is that the Buddha will not speak until he is ready to do so. He is meditating, and you can see the aura around his head. Obviously, he is enlightened, and He will not move until he is prepared to do so fully, and once he does, it will be with true conviction. You can see also the aura there in his heart space and his heart chakra. And so he moves with clarity and with absolute action when he is prepared to do so. But only then. Only when he is prepared to do so. Only after he has gone within and searched within and without for the answers to whatever decision it is that he is embarking upon. And with this being clarified by the world, this is definitely a beautiful pairing together, because the world, of course, is attainment. It's the end of the Fool's journey in the Rider-Waite Tarot. And it's a time for celebration. So I'm feeling that perhaps there is a situation in which you either have decided already which direction you want to go, you've already made that decision, but maybe you're not quite sure. And this is something that you should focus on more. You should take time to meditate more on. And with the paths unknown and the Hierophant coming out on the bottom of these decks, I just feel that there's time for you to make a more perhaps spiritual decision, Gemini. Maybe you need to step back from the material world for some of you to obtain the world. There's an old Buddhist teaching, I believe, and please forgive me again if I'm wrong about this, but I've read about it, and I'm not intelligent enough to remember what it is called, but it's about mourning the cup that is broken, as if it's broken. So, for instance, you love something, you love this cup that you have, and you think about it being broken and it makes you sad. And for some people that would sound morbid, but in a way, you mourn the cup before it's broken. You appreciate the relationship highly. You appreciate the value that the cup brings, being the empty vessel that holds something for you. And so when you mourn the cup before it's broken, every moment with the cup is precious. I hope that translates for someone. But what I was trying to convey through that is sometimes you have to realize or feel the absolute loss of everything, even if it's only a what-if scenario. Hopefully, Gemini, it's not a situation that you have lost everything, but you mourn something in order to be free from it, in order to be free from whatever it is that may bind you to something unnecessarily. I apologize if this is not making sense, but I felt like for some of you that you have to let go to receive, Gemini, is what I feel like these two cards are saying. Because, of course, the world is about ultimate attainment. It's about all of your dreams coming true, receiving everything that you want, whatever that may be. It's attainment. And so the Buddha is kind of, doesn't need anything, is not bothered by anything, is undisturbed His peace is clearly undisturbed. So I've talked for 10 minutes about these first two cards, but I feel that meditation is definitely something that should be very important to you right now, that you should utilize, Gemini. And it will help you attain a spiritual peace and abundance that could bring you material wealth as well. It could help you appreciate and obtain a material wealth maybe that you didn't realize you could before. But you will also, if you don't already, you will also understand that inner peace and that inner strength is more valuable than anything else there is in the world. Because with that inner peace, you have inner love, you have love for yourself, then you can truly love others and share that light with the world, Gemini. And I apologize. I know that was a word salad. I'm trying to do my best to interpret these cards and these meanings for you in such a way that is somewhat intuitive and not reading from the books. I've tried to learn the meanings of the cards as best I can, and the Akashic Tarot is somewhat of a challenge. I love the images on these cards and the messages, but there's a lot of detail to them, and I want to share as much of that with you as possible, and it's difficult to do without reading from the books. So thank you for your patience, for listening to the messages that come through for me. It's important for me to take my time and feel like I can share those messages with you. I know some people want to hear them and some do not. And so I have to just resign myself to the fact that these messages will find the right people, and the right people that want to hear them will hear them and will benefit from them. So I hope that that is you, Gemini, and thanks for your patience with me. I do appreciate you taking your time to come and support this channel. The Three of Roses, Loving Elementals, is the next card out for you. And you can see those little woodland fairies and water sprites there playing around that little baby. And a lot of people don't believe that these entities are real, but they are. The Akashic records and the Akashic field contains nature spirits that are very powerful. And they can open this font of information to you right now, Gemini. And this card with, the Queen of Wands on it, clarifying it, is signifying that you have great power right now. And if you are a child of nature, use this to your benefit. Go outside, spend time in nature, find something to ground yourself. If it's putting your feet in the grass, sitting by a brook, smelling the air, feeling the sun on your face. This is something that will bring you power and healing and clarity and grounding, obviously. This Queen of Wands card, she is powerful and in control of that dragon that she's sitting on. And so you have this power. This is a card of self-assurance. It could be a feisty person. It's somebody with confidence. And with her being beside this Loving Elementals card, this could be about children for you right now. But this is an ambitious person. And again, this is something for you to seek out. Seek out the nature spirits. Ask for their help to open the Akashic records for you and the knowledge that they can share with you. The next card's out for you, the Seven of Scrolls, Intricacies in Industry. and the Eight of Swords. This card is a card about attention to detail. Even great cathedrals that stand the test of time through centuries are built one stone at a time, Gemini. And it takes great attention to detail to make sure that the foundation, for instance, is laid properly so that those walls are true and straight and they stand the test of time. And so this card indicates greatness for you right now. The possibilities are endless and limitless for you right now for great abundance and reward. And the Eight of Swords clarifying this is essentially saying to me that you need to get out of your own way, Gemini. As hard as it may be to hear that, the Eight of Swords is a card of self-imposed imprisonment. You can take off that blindfold. You can take those bandages or bounds off, the whatever's tethering her arms there. It's easy enough for her to take that off. And pay attention to detail right now. If you have difficulty with organization, with details, there are things that you can get help with. There are apps that you can get help with. There's some issue in your life right now that requires attention to detail, though. And it's an issue that requires your attention, Gemini. And it's important for you to be able to remove that blindfold and see what is around you so that you can pay attention to those details. And there is greatness is on the way with this card. That's always what I remember about this card. Greatness is on the way, but you have to pay attention to details. So don't let yourself limit yourself in some way. If that's procrastination, disorganization, disbelief in your own abilities, let that go, whatever it is, Gemini. Because you have the power within you. You have the ability within you. There's no doubt. And with these other cards, I mean, the Buddha prepares in the world, I mean, come on. You have attainment here. You have attainment. There is ultimate success, celebration, peace. Peace, Gemini. So take the time that you need to meditate. Take the time you need to go within. Spend time in nature. Do those things that bring you joy. Do those things that bring you joy, because when you take the time to bring more joy into your life, it gives you more to be joyful for. It gives you more to be grateful for. So make a concentrated effort to do that, Gemini. That will reward you in so many ways. So many ways. I'm going to pull a card for you now from the Shaman's Dream Oracle. And if you stayed this long, thank you so much again for coming to join me today, Gemini. I truly appreciate every view and every like and every subscribe. I truly hope that these messages are beneficial to those that find them. Thank you. I truly mean that. Thank you. What is the Shaman's Dream Oracle message for Gemini, please? Shaman's Dream Oracle message for Gemini. Eyes of the Eagle rising above the fray. Number 18 reduces to a 9. I love this card. I am going to read from the book this message, but it's essentially about rising above the pigeons that are just fighting over the crumbs, Gemini, that you have the ability within you to rise above the fray, to reach your dreams, to reach your goals. I mean, this is absolutely, I love this card. This is a beautiful message to go with these cards that you've already received. Eyes of the eagle, protection, inherent trust, rising above the fray. The eyes of the eagle offers you the gift of foresight, the skill of looking ahead to see the unfolding of destiny before it all manifests as reality. The eagle's extraordinary vision allows it to spot the tiny mouse from its lofty perspective as it flies thousands of feet into the atmosphere. In a similar fashion, you too can train your keen eye to discern the workings of humans. Eyes of the Eagle is an invitation to witness the good, the bad, the ugly, and the beautiful, yet react to nothing. Act only to further your noblest calling. The eagle flies above all creatures. When it meets obstacles, it simply rises above them. Know that you are protected. You can fly high above the judgment slings and arrows and the darts of envy from others who may not have your great wings and are still arguing with the pigeons over crumbs. Trust that you are ready for whatever fortune has placed before you, even if you feel not yet properly equipped to meet its challenges. Your willingness to say yes to Spirit has nothing to do with how well outfitted you are. Hesitating, on the other hand, will suck the air from under your wings and make you lose altitude. You are called now to trust your heart and your instincts, to move fearlessly and not waver. The time is right, and no harm can come your way if your motives are pure and you act courageously. I hope now you can understand why I said that that is a beautiful message to go along with these other messages for you. You are the eagle rising above the fray, and whatever this is that you have to rise above as far as getting out of your own way, I feel that you're doing that, Gemini. You're paying attention to those details, and this is just bringing your awareness to that right now, that you're on the right track to that. So the world is your oyster. Go within. Take the time that you need to meditate. Do not allow anyone to push you, to rush you. You have the ability to say, no, I need time to think, and I will take 10 minutes and I will get back to you. Or I will take 5 minutes and I will get back to you. Whatever it is that you need to gather your thoughts, to be able to respond instead of react. So remind yourself that you have that power, Gemini, and allow yourself to utilize that power as the Queen of Wands. I'm going to pull a card for you now from the Divine Abundance Oracle deck by Tasha Silver. And all of these decks that I'm using will be listed in the description box below if you're interested. Final message for Gemini. Divine love. When you offer everything to the divine with detachment, you begin a love affair with Spirit. Rising above the fray. I don't think that it's any accident that you've received these messages, Gemini. I don't believe that these messages are ever an accident, but I believe that you are rising above the fray, and see yourself as that divine being. Offer everything to the divine, and things will open up for you in a way that you will find that they have not before. So I truly hope that these messages were beneficial to you. I hope that this resonated. The world is yours, Gemini. Take that time to meditate, go within, and do what you have to do for you. Do what you have to do for you. There's no sin in that. There's nothing wrong with that. When you're doing everything and offering everything to the divine, you can't go wrong. So thank you so much for joining me today, Gemini. As I said, if you like this reading, please like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Love and light.